Welcome back to CEO Money. It's Michael Yorba here with Bob Smith, President, SolaTrim LLC. SolaTrim .com is the website. Bob, welcome to the show. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. Pleasure to be here.
All right, I looked at your product. We've been on the website and looked around at it. It looks very interesting. You are, the president of this company. It's your baby. Give us some background of the person at the helm, and then let's dive into your company, how you created such great sales in 2017, and how you're rapidly growing, what you're doing to stay in the position you're in.
Well, it comes from a background of construction management, which took me into the solar industry at the beginning of this decade. And what I learned about solar was, we have a tiger by the tail, but also that the construction model for solar on the rooftops as we see it, or as I saw it back then, was incomplete in that the backside module area underneath the system was vulnerable to environmental threats. I had to hire subcontractors to put up makeshift wire mesh and bird cages, and I realized there has to be a better something. So we did some R&D, my partner and I, and we came up with SolaTrim, and it has just taken off.
Okay. All right. That's how it is. Describe the product to the audience, and then let's get into what you've done to be able to get the growth rate. It's not just a good product, because you can have a great product and nobody knows it's there and they don't buy it. But first describe the product, and let's get into how you brought it to market so efficiently that it's really taken off.
Well, SolaTrim is a barrier system for rooftop solar, and it provides an attractive and easy to install perimeter skirting. Now, what this does is it gives us an aesthetic, completed look to the solar array, which customers like, and it eliminates any problem from pests, debris, or environmental threats that the installers like. So we also use a proven peel and stick adhesive from 3M, so we're not using any mechanical fasteners. And SolaTrim is designed to last for the life of the system. So what we found was that a top-down marketing approach was necessary here, and that we need to talk to the installers and the solar companies who are experiencing low margin, a lot of operations and maintenance expenses, and also the cost of acquisition in solar can be high. We wanted to help them with their referrals and make it easier to capture the next solar customer.
Bob, Ed Baxter of Bison Creek Capital. Quick question for you regarding the panel itself. A lot of issues come into play when it looks at rooftop solar installation in a lot of different communities with regard to what HOAs will allow. How are you overcoming that?
Well, actually, in those circumstances, we have a perfect record in that the HOAs have looked at SolaTrim and said, yes, that's exactly what we're thinking about. When you compare SolaTrim's look and design to the other wire cage products, it's a clear winner in the aesthetic category.
I'm looking at it. It actually is. Yeah, it looks very clean. It doesn't look, it doesn't look like chicken wire. You know what I mean?
Not at all.
And Bob, this is Robin Kennedy, a guest host who's coming in with a female perspective. I would think, because this is being placed on people's homes, that you would be receiving quite a few calls from women. But are you marketing more towards women or more towards men?
Well, actually, we're not marketing to the end user at all.
Okay.
We're going after the industry, in that we want to express how using SolaTrim can benefit them, their bottom line, and protect the investment. Now, the byproduct of that, which we love, is that the aesthetic value is a real closer for the solar salesperson, whether he's doing a remote sales or he's at the dining room table. Mm-hmm. Showing them how SolaTrim makes it complete does a lot toward moving the customer to saying yes.
That makes sense. And do you go door to door at all?
We're just the manufacturers.
Okay.
So while we provide coaching for our customers, they're starting to see this benefit as well.
Are you staying in the domestic market, or is this something that you might leave the borders with?
We have already, I believe, cornered the market in Canada with our product, and we sell about 500,000 feet there a year. We've done very well in Canada, and Mexico has expressed some interest, and we are always trying to gain market share here in the domestic market. Currently, we are investigating the APAC, the Asian Pacific market, with an eye toward New Zealand and Australia, as they have expressed interest in us too when we met at Solar Power International, the international trade show in September.
Bob, one of the biggest adopters of solar technology in the world is Germany. Obviously, there's a lot of mandates there for solar usage in Germany. Do you expect to see yourself there, or also possibly licensing your product with a German partner?
We have made third-party inquiries into a couple of German companies. At this time, we haven't gotten anywhere. We are shipping to the UK. Part of our marketing direction, I guess you'd say, is to go where we're wanted. And right now we're really wanted in the U.S., Canada, Australia. And so we're going to furnish those markets as robustly as we can.
Let me jump in for just a second. We've got about a minute left, but are your growth, are you looking for other forms of capital formation to break out to a next level, or are you going to stay with the path that you've got, build the sales, and just grow the company that way?
Well, I would say that right now we are on the verge of breaking big, in that we've had 3 years of 500% growth. And while SolaTrim does not need funding at this time, we believe we have a global product. So if a company was to make some inquiries about that, we're just a single product manufacturer operating out of Sacramento, and global is a big challenge.
Right. But
we may need a partner for that.
Okay, so there is a possibility of public markets, because if you do one thing, you do it great, and the growth rate is good, then that's another form of currency, stock. And so I'm just saying that there is that possibility with what you're doing, from what it sounds like.
I'm in complete agreement with that. Yes, it's going to be very interesting to see what 2018 brings.
All right. I've got somebody you need to meet, but we got to close the show for now. I want to see if we can talk to you some other time down the road and check on the progress. Okay, Bob?
I would love that. That would be great.
Thanks for being on the show. Bob Smith, President, SolaTrim, SolaTrim.com. You've been listening to CEO Money with Michael Yorba, Robin Kennedy, and Ed Baxter. Thanks for listening. Don't forget our podcasts.